With another video. And in this video, I'm going to give you the rundown of what happened at the House Finance Committee's meeting yesterday. First off, let me say I was really messed up at the beginning of the meeting when I came in, and they said it was a subcommittee. And I said, a subcommittee? So I ran back over here, and I'm looking it over, and I'm trying to find out, how the hell is this a subcommittee? Patrick McHenry is the chairman of the House Financial Services Committee. Right here in little gray word, Capital Markets Subcommittee. You can barely even see it. I wouldn't even pay this thing no mind if I would have seen that. But then again, I'm glad I did. And of course, it wouldn't be a House Finance Committee or subcommittee meeting if Miss Maxine Waters didn't show up. As the senior Democrat there at this meeting, she wanted to make sure all the junior people were doing what they're supposed to be doing. They learning their parliamentary procedures and all this other shit. She's basically babysitting. But while she's there, I love it when she gives her 1-2 punches to Ken Griffin. They was kissing his ass so hard in one part of this hearing. Then she got a chance to speak, and she said what she had to say, and it was a gut punch to him. And she looked over there and she smirked at him like, yeah, bitch, now what? And so if we got one advocate in the House, it's Miss Maxine Waters. Now, in the war against Kenny, I know some of y'all have issues with her because of FTX. In the war against Kenny, she is our strongest ally in the House. Now, the next person I want to bring to your attention is Miss Wagner, okay? Now, Miss Wagner, as you can see right here, is a Republican, and she's from Missouri, 2nd District, okay? From Missouri, 2nd District, Republican. Now, you're going to see that a lot, people, where when people are siding with Ken Griffin and the other big industries like JP Morgan and all of them, they give themselves away. And you go and you check what political party they're with, and they're with the Republicans. And then you come over here, and I hear things like Miss Waters is the way she's fighting against Ken Griffin and the market makers and trying to take them down. And I asked my dad one time, I said, I just don't get it. How is it we are having to rely on Maxine Waters, Democrat, to pull this off for us? Where are the Republicans? And my dad told me, he said, you know, the Democrats at one time was known as the party of the people, all right, that they were the ones who fought for the working class. And he said, and times changed, and he didn't know what party they was belonging to today, but it wasn't the party of the people anymore, and neither is the Republican Party. But you still see aspects of the Democrat Party fighting for the people when it comes to transparency in the market. Miss Wagner here, Republican, let's take a listen to what she had to say, okay, in this meeting. She's the chairperson. She opens up and she talks about how the SEC is overstepping their bounds because they're over-fining people when they find them guilty of financial fraud and stuff. Listen to what she had to say.
Mr. Vollmer, in an article last year, you wrote that, I quote, in fiscal year 2022, the SEC brought 462 enforcement cases that ordered total penalties of $4.2 billion. That, sir, is over $9 million on average for each case. Mr. Vollmer, can you explain how that is possible when the governing statutes provide a maximum penalty of $11,000 to a $1.1 million per violation? Is the SEC staff simply ignoring these statutes? And what steps can Congress take to fix this problem?
Chair Wagner, excessive penalties are a problem because of ambiguous statutory language. So each of those maximum penalty amounts connect to the word violation. And so it's all, how do you define a violation?
Now, with all due respect, Miss Wagner, you're on the wrong side of history on this, sweetheart. You were talking about how they are being overfined and how the average fine from the SEC is $9 million. But what about when Ken Griffin marks over tens of millions of shares, all right, mismarks them, all right, and steals billions from retail investors? He should only be fined $11,000. That's her stance. And then he answers her back and makes the comment that the reason that the SEC is doing what they're doing is they're finding them in accordance to how many violations they have. And they're counting each mismark, for example, as a violation. So in this case, they could have charged Ken Griffin with tens of millions of violations, and they would have fucking crippled him. So what they're trying to do now is get a definition of what a violation is. All right, is it one violation that Ken Griffin violated 10 million times, or is it 10 million different violations? That's what they want to answer. That's what they're debating. Then common sense walked into the room, it looked like, because Representative Brad Sherman, who I loved listening to him in the GameStop hearing, did not let me down as he talked in this hearing right here. Just as soon as he got a chance to speak, he wanted to talk about all this overfining that's been going on with the SEC. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Mr. Volmer says that we are over-deterring beneficial actions. I think we're under-deterring wrongful actions. Well, Mr. Stark, are we over-deterring beneficial actions in our capital markets?
I don't think so, Congressman.
So Mr. Sherman wanted to know, hold on, are you trying to tell us, Mr. Volmer, that we are over penalizing these people, that the fines are just too big? And the guy's answer was yes, just a second ago. So then he asked the SEC's lawyer that's there, and the SEC's lawyer's like, are you kidding? These people get away with murder, and they're talking about how we fine them too much? And it was a laughing stock after that, people. But Mr. Sherman, Democrat from California, love him. He's on the apes side. I'll be getting together with y'all pretty soon. I'm almost done with this proposal over here, all right? That's the naked short selling. Somebody's told me they want me to go ahead and read it to y'all. I'll do that in the next video. But the part 4, market maker execution where the devil lies, is going to be a really, really good one. I want y'all to hear that. So subscribe again, because Donahue's right. I lost about 25 subscribers in the last 3 days, even though my analytics are saying that my subscriber count is going up. I'm losing 25 in the last week. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. Love y'all. Be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video.